joined us. December the 31st was his tryout night of 2022. And I said, hey, I just want you to come sing. We need somebody to fill in. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but you just come fill in. He said, man, I'll be there. So when he showed up, I said, did you learn this song? He said, I did. I said, well, we have to do it for the preacher tonight. We were in a Baptist church. Do I have any Baptists here tonight? Okay. Let me go ahead and specify I'm Baptist. I was raised Baptist to the core, all the way. But here's the thing. We were in one of those Baptist churches that were hardcore. Man, they didn't clap. They didn't smile. They didn't even breathe much. I mean, they just sat there, you know. And she said that ain't hardcore, they died. Yes, ma'am, maybe they did. That's what I was thinking, too. So we singing it with a fifth group in the program. We were bringing in the new year. It was late. I'm old and I was tired. And I said, man, we're going to get up here and sing for our part of the program, bring in the new year, and I'm going to the bus and go to bed. It's late. We started singing, and then people didn't do nothing. They just sat there. They was probably asleep too, for all I know. And I got about 3 minutes till 12, and I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to do this song for the preacher, and I'm out of here. Man, these folks, they just ain't with it tonight, whatever the reason. And there was this little lady sitting about where my friend here is sitting. And we could see her all night long. And boy, she sat there, and she was, I mean, she's a true Baptist. She had her arms folded up like this. And she wouldn't move. She just sat there. And we started doing this song, and I said, Caden, give it all you got, son. And he started singing, and I looked down there, and I was raised in that Baptist church, and I know when something's going on. And I looked down there, and that little lady that hadn't done nothing all night had a smile on her face. And I looked at Caden, and I said, sing it a little harder, son. Sing it a little harder. I looked back down there after about 3 more of these little things we do in here, and I looked down there, and boy, she was, I mean to tell you, she was getting ready. I mean, her foot was patting on the floor and everything. Now, in our Baptist church at home, that's like revivals breaking loose. You understand what I'm saying? So I thought, boy, we better carry it on, sing it, Caden singing. We hit the last note, and that little lady stood up, and she started clapping, and directly the whole church broke loose. I don't know if they was just ready to go home or what, but everybody jumped up. They got all excited. We did this about probably 4 or 5 times, and it just kept going and kept going. So tonight, y'all have been great. You've clapped and smiled, nothing wrong with you at all. But I'm going to tell you what I told Doug when I was standing up on that stage in that little church. I said, Doug, you've just seen a miracle. He said, what? I said, we just watched the Lord raise the dead right here in Kentucky. He did. Now, tonight, y'all ain't dead, but we're going to see if we can stir up somebody in here tonight, all right? Here's one that says, children, go from where I send thee. Come on, everybody in the house, clap your hands. Jump, 9 minutes, here we go. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? How we going to send thee one by one? One for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? How we gonna send thee 2 by 2 for Paul and Silas. One for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How will I send thee? How we gonna send thee 3 by 3 for the Hebrew children. 2 for Paul and Silas. One for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? How we gonna send thee 4 by 4 for the pole that stood at the door. 3 for the Hebrew children. 2 for Paul and Silas. One for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. Now children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? How we gonna send thee 5 by 5 for the gospel preacher. 4 for the pole that stood at the door. 3 for the Hebrew children. 2 for Paul and Silas. One for the little bitty baby.
6 by 6, 6 for the 6 that couldn't be fixed. 5 for the gospel preacher. 4 for the boldest that ever lived. 3 for the Hebrew children. 2 for Paul and Silas. 1 for the little bitty baby born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. Children go where I send thee. Where I send thee. I'm gonna send thee 7 by 7. 7 for the 7 that could make to heaven. 6 for the 6 that could make 65 for the gospel preacher. 4 for the boldest that ever lived. 3 for the Hebrew children. 2 for Paul and Silas. And 1 for the little baby that was born of the Virgin Mary.
Yes, he was born in Bethlehem. Children go where I send thee. I'm sending.
We're gonna send the 8 by 8 for the industry. 7 for the 7 that couldn't get to heaven. 6 for the 6 that couldn't get 65 for the gospel preacher. 4 for the boldest that ever lived. 3 for the Hebrew children. 2 for Paul and Silas. 1 for the little baby born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem.
Where I send thee. Come on, little man, go get it.
Well, that's how the whole thing started.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8. For the 8 that stood at the gate. 7 for the 7 that couldn't get to heaven. 6 for the 6 that couldn't get fixed. 5 for the gospel preacher. 4 for the 4 that stood at the door. 3 for the Hebrew children. 2 for Paul and Silas.
And 1 for the little bitty baby that was born of the Virgin Mary.
Wow. Wow. Andre, more?
Well, that's how the whole thing started.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8. For the 8 that stood at the gate. 7 for the 7 that couldn't get to heaven. 6 for the 6 that couldn't get fixed. 5 for the gospel preacher. 4 for the 4 that stood at the door. 3 for the Hebrew children. 2 for Paul and Silas.
And 1 for the little bitty baby that was born of the Virgin Mary. He was born.
Wow. Hey, hold on, Ed. Hold on. Hello? U.S. Geological Service? Yes, sir? No, that's not an earthquake in North Myrtle Beach. That's the Down East Boys at OD Church of the Lost and Found. That's who that is. What a fabulous job. Thank you so much, Ricky, Caden, Doug, Alex. Alex, you still driving that truck? Big truck? Cool. So does the guy next to you.